It's everywhere. But what the caption was, I couldn't find it. That's one thing. It's one thing about if you see something and you don't save it or, or watch it or something, it's hard to find it, especially if you don't get all the information. But it was this black guy. I wish I had paid attention to his name, but he was talking about Trump's first 100 days. And the capture was, it's all about racism. And I'm like, that's how you going to sum up what he's doing. It's just racism. That's the easy way out. I mean, I didn't get a chance to hear exactly what his analyst was. And okay, tell us something we don't know. That's what I want. That's what I want. Tell us something we don't know. Tell the truth. Make it plain English. Because you know what? They always talking about the right. I mean, they always saying that the left is calls everything racism. And then you know they love that Russia, 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 and fake news and all that stuff. And I'm gonna get to that too about and all the smart people and people that read and been around a long time know that there's plenty of fake news out there. And they slick about it because they know how to manipulate so well by putting in some truth with some lies. And I was talking about this book that I'm reading, The Manufacturing Consent, The Political Economy of the Mass Media. But like I was saying, journalists was very important. Wow, hot my thank you. Uh, we needed journalists. We had good um hi, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. Uh, we had journalists that was strong in their conviction, that they wanted the truth out, and they spoke to the people, and they didn't have all these major advertisers backing them up. My name is Jamala. Um, we didn't have all that that we have now, which is fine because you know we live in a different times. We have to stay up with the times because people changes. Um, but one thing we're not changing is how we treat one another, which I can't understand. And what I was saying, I seen this black guy. He was talking about Trump's first 100 days, and he said it just boils down to like just racism. I said we use that word too much. Like I said, be racist and get rich because racism generates a lot of money. It does, and that's about all it do. It doesn't solve anything. It still doesn't make a person stop being racist to be called a racist. Uh, we also have a direct attack on um, things that was supposed to counterattack racism, like DEI and all that. It's too simple. And what I was saying, what he should have been saying, and that's why our young black children are being slaughtered in the streets, because us all older people and adults are not telling them the truth. What's a super chat? I don't know what a super chat is. I need something new, you know. I'm gonna check that out. Super chat. Because I would love to be able to chat with people and talk to them personally. Not personally, but talking to them now instead of texting. And we have to tell them the truth. All this boils down to is putting black people back in their place. We have literally gotten out of our place, and they are doing that. You know, those old heads, they need us, black folks, back in our place. And what is our place? Beneath them. Yeah. If you see what's going on. And the media is helping them do it. Because they have the media sold up where you can't really tell the truth. You really can't say what you want to say because you will be censored, or you will have it muted, or even locked out. They call it Facebook jail. They can shut you out. And then a lot of us have depend on the media because we don't have people out there in the community telling us like it is. And I remember when 24-hour news came on, it was remarkable. It's nothing like it is now. I mean, you would literally be up all night listening to the news because they you see news in real time. They talked about world news in depth, not just headlines. 2 seconds later, they're on to something else. And the news cycle did not constantly go on like it is now. And we had quite a few different black broadcast um, information channels, even though they usually did come on to late night. And that was another form of propaganda and um, media manipulation. You had to wait till late night to watch it, just like they had for our radio station. We had to wait till midnight to listen to R&B, soul music. Yeah, they used to call it pop soul. You had to wait till 12 midnight to hear our music. You know, they would play some of our music, but not the kind of music that all R&B, not just rock, 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 then a soul, rock, 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 then a soul. Yeah. So I remember all this, and if we had more, um, I don't want to call them rallies, but more channels of communication for Black people instead of these concerts, we would get we would be we would get ahead faster. And if we told the truth, you know, I'm gonna say something that I know a lot of people are gonna want to dispute me on and talk about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Is that uh, hmm, okay. Okay, where did it go? I was just thinking about it. I said, well, every now and then you hear about people talking about reparations for black people because of slavery and stuff. So I'm like, and then I found out that really after several generations, your bloodline really starts over. You really, so really, we need to start acting brand new. We are not descendants of slaves anymore. And we need to start acting like it. Just like the white people are not descendants of slaveholders. They, of course, they benefiting the benefits that came with being slaveholders. But see, we have to realize that we missed that boat. We should have resolved all these issues between 1861 and 1861 and 1906. We should have demanded what was owed us and resolved it. And if, and of course we didn't resolve it, we should have left. We should have left this country. Most of us should have left this country and went back to Africa where our riches waited us. So really, it's too late for all that reparations and all that and stuff. It's we missed that boat. We just spinning our wheels, just kicking up dirt, wasting a lot of resources that we should be talking about something else. It's time for us to start focusing on our young ones, for them to be brand new and act like they come from royalty, act like they come from successful people. Okay, that's why I hate that they, at this time that we're living in, they bringing out a movie about vampires back in Jim Crow time. That's stupid as hell. And of course, our young ones can't go see the movie anyway because it's just full of sex and violence. Why do we need a movie like that right now? And then they talking about it might win an Oscar. I'll say, okay, here we go again. Right up there with Monster Ball and that movie with Denzel Washington in it, that he played a corrupt police officer. He got a award for that. And what did Halle Berry get an award for? So, and what would they get an award for in this movie, Sinners? But we should be making movies for our young ones to uplift them, to show them a better way, to show them to be brand new. Instead of showing them stupid. And I don't know why any grown black woman would want to even look at that movie. That is just a a 2 by upgraded movie. That's exactly what it is. So when was the last time they made a family movie for black people? Long, long, long time, as far as I know. And then when they do, it's usually controversy behind it because it's a redo of some white movie. Um, so I just wanted to bring that up because really we need to reevaluate our media intake. Because if we don't start getting the truth, we already been living a lie too long. And this is what I'm saying about the Democrats. The Democrats need to make Wall Street colorblind, but they're too weak. They're scared of their own shadow. You know, we look at this. The Republicans is too extremist. And the Democrats are scared to speak their mind. And the only one I see that's really speaking our mind and really making us think is Jasmine Crockett Brad. We need something better than that. And who is the leader of the Republican Party? It certainly is not Trump. Because the stupid stuff that he keeps saying and doing, how can that be a leader of anything? And the reason why I think Kamala Harris, we in this problem, we dealing with this problem now, is because if she had been elected instead of Biden, it would have been different. We already know who she was. She would have already had stuff in place. We wouldn't have had to go through all this Biden too old and feeble and all this stuff, which I think he was pretty good. I didn't see him get around better than some younger people. But they put her in too late, and she was too focused on that Project 2025. She should have been more, I think, if she had been more focused on um, doing what prosecutors do, it would have been a lot better. I'm telling the truth. She had too much entertainment. It wasn't time for entertainment. She had an opponent that was very wise and very slick and had a agenda that's wide world, that's global. The agenda to put black people in their place. And when you put black people in their place, it's going to be other people that's going to fall too. It's interchangeable. But they don't care about falling as long as you putting the black people back in their place. And we, as black people, we had too many two-tone leaders that was just as confused. Who was the loyalist in the Democratic Party? None. And they kept talking about a dictatorship. They should have said, well, yeah, I'm gonna be a dictator. I'm gonna make sure all these no good, hustling, cheating, lying, criminal ass Republicans will be locked up on day one. That's what she should have said. Because see, what the problem was, a lot of these black men and a lot of black women was like, what is they gonna do to these people that been making our lives a living hell? But of course, they scared because they dealing with diversity in a way that, like, non like you call the non-domination religion people. They non-domination, but they still celebrating Christmas. They still celebrating Easter. They still reading out the same Bible. So they are doing trying to be diverse, but they still lifting the white man above everybody else. You can't do that. You know, I know she wouldn't, but if that had been me, you would say, well, I'm for everybody. But right now, it is time to uplift the lowly and the black people so they can finally get ahead. And in the meantime, everybody will get ahead. The same way they trying to bring down the black man, and also the lowly and the others are going to be brought down. It works both ways. But of course, we don't want to do that. So now here we are dealing with a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos. But I'm going to end with this. I think he really messed up this time when he had that picture of him in a Pope getup. And then had the nerve to say he would mind being the Pope. Somebody that has spent their whole life living in debauchery is going to have the nerve to say he wants to be the Pope. And they're going to, and the media's not really talking about that. See, that's what I'm saying. We're going to have to get our information from numerous sources, and we're going to have to get out there and see what's going on for ourselves. And we're going to have to start talking to people, you know, because you'll learn a lot from talking to all kind of people. And it's like when I used to talk to my daughter, when I was talking to her, she kept bringing up stuff about the Somalians and these foreigners taking our jobs, and I'm like, no, they're not taking our jobs. Most of these foreigners, they have work ethics. They care about their family. They are willing to work hard to build up their business. As far as us, 9 out of a dozen. And a lot of us brought up on welfare. They weren't brought up on welfare. They weren't brought up in a home where the mama stayed home and watched soap operas. and daddy was not halfway there. Most of these foreigners, these Somalians and Ethiopians and all that that's here, they did two families. They respect their family. They respect their moms. They respect their work ethics. And she was really upset that this Somalian had this business she had to go work for. Come to find out she was a Trump supporter. Because as soon as he said get rid of the foreigners, the migrants, oh, that's my man. I'm saying, girl, he gonna hi, he gonna get rid of you too. Are you stupid? But like I said, be brand new. What they say the opposite. Learn new words, and remember that it's not racism. They're just trying to put people beneath them. And I know some of y'all gonna say, "Well, that is racism." No, it's not. Racism. It was when now they could bring it back when they start putting in laws that no, you got to use this toilet because you're not good enough to use that toilet. But see, we have laws in place, but we're not using them. We would rather run from the police and get shot in the back. Okay, I'm going to go now. Thank you all for listening. Please subscribe. And I'm going to check out that super chat, see what it's all about. Have a good day, my people.